and welcome to my channel. So today I've got something a little bit different for you. I'm actually unboxing a product. Just so before I start, just to say that I was sent this product for free to unbox and review. And I said, yes, I would love to do this, but obviously it's on condition that I give an honest review. So I've not actually opened this box yet. My reaction is going to be how I unbox it. Yeah, so mostly it's going to be of interest to the diamond painters, but it does have a purpose for adult colouring as well. I actually had, not this manufacturer, but this product. I've had this on my wish list for ages, long before I started diamond painting. Basically, well, let me get it open and then I can talk as we go, because I do take too long sometimes. So let's start with the packaging. This is how it arrived. It was from Amazon, so they didn't use their standard couriers. They used the Royal Mail, tracked 24 hours. So yeah, the one thing I noticed is it does say what's inside on this little barcode, which is obviously how it's come from Amazon. But one thing that did bug me a little bit about the packaging is that it's not sealed. So there's no sealing at all. There is something that rattles in there, so hopefully that's not something broken. But yeah, there is absolutely nothing sealed to seal it. So if this had come open, whatever is rattling, assuming it's meant to rattle, will have fallen out. So that's a minor niggle, but that's going to be down to Amazon packaging though, I think, rather than the supplier. Okay, so I've got, that's what was rattling. We've got a cable, and let's just slip this out. Woo! Wow, that is so light. I've never actually used one of these before, so you might recognise it if you've got one just from the packaging, but wafer thin. This is a light box, or a light pad I should say. Am I missing a squishy? There's my fourth squishy. It was left in the box when I pulled it out. Okay, so the packaging is quite good. These are foam thingies, but that was the only protection. It was straight inside this cardboard box. There was no other boxes to protect it. Hopefully that's okay. I'll just get this off. Okay, and then I'll just take this out of this sleeve. And there we go. So that's just one of those polystyrene bags. Let me just move that over there. Okay, so this is how thin it is, like wafer thin. That's just like a sheet of, well, it's not a sheet of glass, it's a sheet of like that perspex or something. Alright, so this is the only instructions we get. Copyboard instructions. Sorry, I should say who this is by. Before I go any further, let me tell you a little bit about who sent this to me. So this is, because it doesn't actually say on the, does it say on here? No, it doesn't even say on their packaging. Is it branded on their product? No, so this is completely unbranded. But the company that sent me it was a manufacturer called ELICE, so that's E-L-I-C-E. I will link this product below for you on Amazon. Now, I'd never actually heard of this company before, and when I looked at Amazon, they are a new seller there. But when I looked at Amazon USA, they've been there since the summer. So it looks like they are trying to break into the UK market, which is why they presumably contacted me. And also, because I like to do a little bit of research, obviously I googled them, and I found them on AliExpress, because obviously they are, as is most of the, okay, so that's your quality control thing. I'll put that there. Yeah, as most of these things are actually manufactured in China. ELICE is the manufacturer as well as the seller. But I found the official store for ELICE on AliExpress, and they've been open, I think it was like 4 or 5 years, and they had a good rating, and yeah, so they've been around, but it just looks like they're looking to, you know, move into the UK market now. and onto UK Amazon. So yeah, I will leave details of all of those down in the description below. So let's see, copyboard instruction. Copyboard is also called tracking writing board, copying cartoons, animations, production of professional tools. It's mainly composed of acrylic and LED lights. So this is an A4 one. The light source is LED. The voltage is a USB. Let's have a look at this cable then. So yeah, as I was saying, I've had one of these light boards on my wish list long before I started diamond painting. Obviously diamond painters get more use out of this because it's really useful for the dark symbols, but I have wanted one of these ever since I saw a video by Rebecca. I think her channel is called something like Rebecca's Art and Colouring, I think. She's actually got two channels. She does a lot of watercolour stuff. She used to have one channel and then she split the adult colouring off. So I'll have a look. But basically she did a video, and I remember it, I think it was a Colouring Heaven, the witches one, where like the tarot card one. But she does most of her stuff in watercolour. And she wanted her picture on watercolour paper, which is like 300 GSM, which obviously won't go through a printer. So what she did is she got a light board out, she put the page on top, and then she very patient, she traced the whole image so that she could then paint it on watercolour paper. I was like, oh, that's really good, because you know, sometimes we like to scan things, but not everything fits on a piece of A4 paper or an A4 scanner. So yeah, that's why I will link that video down below if you want to check it out. But that's the reason why, as a colourist, I wanted a light board. Obviously, as a diamond painter, when you get you know, symbols, dark symbols and dark colours with the writing on, then a light pad just you know, it can be a real strain on the eyes, and having a light pad just, excuse the pun, but it's like night and day. Like lighting it up from behind makes a huge difference. So diamond painters will know that though. So this is the USB cord, and this is what plugs into the light pad. Now you don't get a regular socket plug for this. USB is the only power cord. So unless you've got one of those adapters that you can plug into the wall, you're either going to have to plug it into your computer, your laptop, or if you've got one of those battery chargers. Hang on, let me just get one. Right, okay, so this is like my super powerful battery pack. It can plug in like 2 USB cables. So we'll use that to try it. Let me just see if... I'll have to have a look at that nib. That might be something similar to a power cable, because I know the problem that most people comment about on these light boards that breaks is not the light board itself, that still works, but because you're constantly bending and plugging in and out of your light pad, I think it plugs in here somewhere. As you can see, it's really thin and it's really fragile. That's where it plugs in. And usually it's the socket that breaks before the actual light pad does. So I recommend that if you do get a light pad, if possible, leave this plugged in, as opposed to, let's see if I can get this in. Can I even get it plugged in? Okay. So I would suggest leaving this bit plugged in, and if you're going to unplug it, plug it in from the charger and unplug it. I would do it from the USB end and try not to rough up this socket, because that's always the bit that goes apparently. So let me see if... Okay, so now I know it's on because I've got a nice blue light. That's nice. That's a nice touch. Okay, so easy operation. Good, I need easy operation. Plug it in, switch lightness adjustment. Okay, so that's this button. Whoop, there we go. Oh, that was the dimmest one. Okay, so that's the brightest. Now obviously I'm doing this during the daytime. It's quite cloudy out there and dark, but you're not going to see the full brightness. But that's what it looks like to... I should have brought something to shine through, shouldn't I? But, well, what you do is you hold the power button down, you can adjust suitable brightness you want, put the artwork on the fixed area, finish drawing, turn off the power. Now, you see this got this dot grid. I'm not sure what the purpose of that is, but when you put your paper over the top of it, you don't actually see that part shining through, which is interesting, isn't it? That's the magic. So, attention. General USB. Oh, so it's an Android interface. So if you have a Android charger, that might plug into it. As far as possible, below 300 gram copy paper transmission is of light will be better. The copy machine is suitable brightness, lest bring discomfort to the eye. So they're just saying turn down. If it's too bright, turn it down. Not rocket science. Painting figure, use compare brunette lead paint. Yeah, I don't even know. When using the copy machine, the room lights dimmed and the effect will be better. So yes, if you are using this in the evening, if possible, turn off the top lights, and then you're only working from this board, and then you will see, you know, it will be a lot better. As I say, there's this huge black cloud outside the window, so it's actually quite dark outside, even though it's only 4 o'clock, 10 to 5. So yeah, the sketch is finished, turn the power off. Right, so that's what it's like without the power, but that is the only instructions you get, so it's a good job I know basically what a light pad does. Now what else, what have we got? These are the things that was rattling around. So we have ourselves some bulldog clips here, powerful bulldog clips I might add. So let me just get a diamond painting, because this would be good. I think you can then use these bulldog clips to pin it on. So be right back. Okay, so I've got, this is my last remaining mandala diamond painting. I selected this because when I did the other ones, I did struggle with some of the symbols, so I have no doubt that this will be the same. In fact, I can see it's the same, like the dark symbols. They have it's white text out of the dark background, but it's not very sharp or good quality, which makes it hard to see. So let's use bulldog clips. Shall I do it at the top or the bottom? Choices. Right, let's just pin it here. And there. Right, so shall we try it on? See what we've got. Why didn't that turn on? Oh, I know why. So my battery turned itself off. It went into sleep mode. Right, so I should have checked my blue light is on. Okay, so that's good. So even if you forget to turn it off, or at least my battery charger, I'll have a look and see if this is still on Amazon or whatever, and I'll link that below as well if you're interested. But yeah, it seems my charger will go to sleep even if I forget to turn it off as well, so that's good. Okay, so let's just zoom you in a bit. Okay, so these are the types of symbols that are a struggle to read ordinarily. So you can see they are still a bit fuzzy because this is a bad canvas. It was poor canvas, but you can at least read the M's and G's and the U's. Let me just show you what it looks like with it turned off. Oh, that wasn't, I forgot there was 3 settings. There you go. So that's what it's like. If you look particularly like the M and the G, they're so difficult to read when there is no light. Now I don't have a light pad. This is my first light pad, obviously. So I was using my iPad, an old iPad with a app on, but that was not perfect. That was a long way from being perfect. So yeah, a light pad is much better, but you see, so we have our 3 settings. That's the brightest. Again, you can now see the symbols really clearly, or as clear as it's going to get with this poorly printed canvas. But trust me, if you can see what the symbols are on a canvas like this, because it's really rough canvas. You get what you pay for. Then you'll be able to see anything, I think. But yeah, as you can see as well, like this little what's it called? This, I don't know, what's like a mesh. You don't actually see that through the diamond painting or anything. You didn't see it through the paper, so that's obviously some sort of design thing that's very clever. Yeah, let me just get I'll turn that off again so you can remember how good and bad. Alright, so let me just get a colouring book and then we'll see how a page looks on that. Right, so I've got a Colouring Heaven here. I've just pinned it to the board. As you can see, or maybe you've not noticed, but I have turned the board around so that the black bar is on this side. That's because these light pads, they come with like a ruler on the outside, and because there wasn't much space in the spine here to get the book in, I turned it around because there's no ruler along the bottom. So let me just see if the... Oh, see, I've got to turn my battery off. The light pad does still go out past this, so I could have left it on if I wanted. But anyway, I turn it around because that's what I do. So yeah, this is how you could use it in a colouring book sense. So obviously I don't have any watercolour paper, which is really thick and can't go through your printer. But if you did, you could pin your book or your image here onto the light board. And then you get your piece of paper. See, this is just copier paper. Let me just see if I can slip that in. Obviously, if you was doing it properly, you'd be a bit more careful than I'm being, because obviously I'm being a bit slapdash. But yeah, so it lays over the top. So if we just, so that's what it looks like with nothing. You can just faintly see, but obviously my paper here is super thin. That's like Create Space paper. So you can see the image through. But if you turn on the light pads, that's the lowest setting. Sorry about the motorbike. That's the second setting, and that's the third setting. And we are looking at this in daytime. If it was dark and the lights was off, you'd get a much stronger contrast, and then you would be able to trace, should you have the desire and the patience. I'm not sure if I'd have the patience to do something complicated like this, but yeah, you could trace over your picture. You could also do it with a picture that you've already coloured and you've regretted not taking a copy of it before you coloured it, and then you can colour it again. But yeah, so that's how it works. That's the clips. So I quite like the clips. And yeah, so the product itself. Let me just, now that I've told you what it does, let's just talk about the product itself. Well, the packaging, these things, the padding inside was quite good. The outer packaging that it came in the box, it wasn't sealed. We did have these loose floating around as well, which I think is just an accident waiting to happen. But so maybe if they just had a bag, you know, just a plastic bag either to go on the inside and put all the products in to seal it. Like if they put everything in here and actually sealed it, it might not be so bad. But yes, having those floating around loose, and also the cable, because imagine if the cable fell out the box, you wouldn't be able to use the product at all. So the packaging, it's okay in perfect world scenario, nothing goes wrong, but I'm quite a negative person. I always assume, you know, what if the packaging comes open, in which case that would have been a problem. So the light pad itself, let's just turn it off again. And we'll get rid of this book so we can look at it. Wow, they are super strong clips. The clips, I do like the clips. That's a nice addition. That picture, by the way, was Colouring Heaven Christmas 2018. Should you be interested in it. But it's also Hannah Lynn. So this is the board. It has 3 settings. I think that's fairly standard. I wasn't sure what to make of these little dotted grids, but in reality that works absolutely fine. Like it disappears. It disappears. Even with plain white paper you cannot see that mesh thing. So I'm not sure what that works, but it does work. Ball guard clicks are a nice touch. This is what it looks like from the side, so you can see now it's super thin. I mean, that's about 2 millimeters. It's plastic, so it's funny. It's one of these things. It's really light and feels quite delicate, but at the same way, it is obviously robust because this is like Perspex type, that solid plastic. So yeah, my only concern obviously would be, as I mentioned, the connector, but all the light boards have that problem, which is how I know about it, because I've heard people talking about it, and it might not even happen. Oh yes, and I like the little blue light that tells me that it is actually powered. So this currently retailed for $15.99, I think, in the UK. I'm not sure what it is in the US, I forget, but it must be similar. And also, as I say, they have them on AliExpress as well. They actually only have A4 in the UK, but on AliExpress I did see they had them in A3 if you wanted. I don't think you need an A3 light pad unless you've got a specific specialised job that you want to do. So that is the unboxing and review of the ELICE light pad. Whoops, ooh, frisky little thing. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to trying this out. Obviously, this is the first impressions. I mean, it works. That's a thumbs up. Just when it works out the box. Oh yeah, the instructions was a bit light, and I do think it's weird that they don't actually brand it as ELICE. So maybe they sell to other sellers, and then they brand it up, but they themselves don't have any logo or anything on it. But yeah, it all seems to work. Obviously I will put this through its paces by actually doing a diamond painting. I might also try one of the tracing things, because as I say, that's originally why I wanted to buy a light pad. Yeah, so if I do, I'll let you know the results, and I will also update, obviously, if there was any problems with this down the line. I'll come back and edit the description to the video in the future. Should, you know, 3 months down the line it's not doing what it's supposed to do, then I will update. So if you are watching this as a review and you're curious, then check the description below and I will post any updates there. Yeah, if you found this review useful, give me a thumbs up, I really appreciate it. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, then do consider hitting that button and hit the little bell, and it'll give you an update anytime I upload new videos. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you all have a great day. Take care and see you again soon. Bye for now.